Hi there, I'm Jim Bradley. I'm the author of a blog called Under the Castor Oil Tree, and I'm here to share some of my blog spots from this week. Some are pretty lighthearted, and others are pretty serious. So all the content is from me and me alone, and so I'll take you through a few. The first one is from Sunday, September 27th. It's called My Sports Team. Okay, I admit it, I root for the New York Yankees, the LA Lakers, and the Chicago Bears. It's the Yankees because when my father was in New York, waiting to ship out to World War II, someone gave him a ticket to the Dodgers Yankee World Series game, and he decided to root for whichever team won. It was the Yankees. So I grew up in southern West Virginia, being a Yankees fan. I love the Lakers because Jerry West from East Bank, West Virginia, who led the West Virginia Mountaineers to their only trip to the NCAA Finals, played his entire career with the Lakers and became part of management after that. I love the Bears, and this is what's a little embarrassing, because as a kid I admired their uniforms. Black helmets and black jerseys and white pants at home. Black helmets, white jerseys, and black pants on the road. Anyway, all my teams are doing great. The Bears were behind the Falcons 27-10 going into the fourth quarter today, and I stopped watching. I shouldn't have. The Bears scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth to win it, 31-27. The Yankees are in the MLB playoffs, not as high ranked as I would wish, but they had a lot of injuries, and all those guys are back for the postseason. The Lakers won the Western Division 4-1, and will play either Miami Heat or Boston Celtics in the finals. I hoped it would be the Celtics for old time's sake, but they are down in the Eastern Division and might not make it. For those of you with no interest in sports, I apologize for this post. The second one was also from that Sunday, and it's called The Name of This Blog. Ever so often I feel called to remind people who may be new to this blog what the name means. Read the book of Jonah, my favorite book of the Bible, except maybe for Luke's gospel. I love Jonah because his journey is a lot like mine, and because of all biblical texts, it ends unresolved, with Jonah just sitting on a hillside, pondering his life. Like the whale that swallowed Jonah, my whale was a Rockefeller Foundation fellowship to divinity school that 2 of my professors nominated me for. It took away my PhD from the University of Virginia, or a place in the graduate writing program at Iowa. It also saved me from being drafted in Vietnam. The only deferment in 1969 was studying at seminary. I was eventually spit up as Jonah was spit up in Nineveh on the Episcopal priesthood, somewhere I never wanted to be. Jonah, in God's name, saves the people of Nineveh. But when that's over, he sits on a hillside, asking God why he brought him halfway around the world to save a city God could have saved on God's own. God causes a castor oil tree to grow over Jonah to give him shade, then sends a worm the next day to kill the tree. Jonah is outraged about God killing his tree. But God tells him, Jonah, you're upset about a tree you did not create, but not about all the people of Nineveh that would have died if you had not come to save them. And it ends with Jonah still angry, pondering all that. I ponder still. I've loved my life as a priest, but I didn't want to live it. Just like Jonah, I sit and ponder things. That's why my pondering is called Under the Castor Oil Tree. Me and Jonah pondering on. This was from Monday, September 28th. And it's a little intense. It's called I Think About Dying. What the pandemic has done to me is make me think about dying, not just because I'm over 70 and have had asthma and have both a cardiologist and a cancer doctor, but because I think about dying occasionally anyway. Scientists have said recently that people who die know that they are dead for a few minutes before their brain shuts down. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not sure I want to know I'm dead for some moments before I'm really dead. I want to be cremated. And I was looking at my feet and legs beneath my shorts a few minutes ago, imagining them turning to ashes. Bleak thoughts, I know, but they are my thoughts, and I must be honest about them. It's a very simple one. It was on Tuesday, and it's, Lord, I wish it would rain. Connecticut is in a bad drought. It's threatening to rain all day, but hasn't. A few misty, moisty moments, but no real rain. Thunderstorms are forecast for tonight, but we don't need storms. We need 3 or 4 days of gentle, steady rain. Lord, I wish it would rain. Several communities around the state have put severe restrictions on water usage. Not like Noah, of course, but a week of rainy days would help a lot. This was called DD and the Debate. It was from Wednesday after the first presidential debate. I won't give you more of his name than that. DD. He was the bully who plagued me through grade school until the 7th grade. Then one day he told me he was going to beat me up at the underpass that passed under the train tracks at the bottom of the hill from our school. I got down there first and got 2 rocks in my hands from the stream there and waited for him to come. When he saw the rocks in my fists, he kept walking and never bothered me again. Bullies only bully until you stand up to them. Then they back down, being weak under all their bluster. The president reminded me of DD in last night's debate, talking over both Biden and Wallace, always interrupting, never letting other people complete a sentence, lying and threatening, being as unpresidential as anyone could be. I was sorry that I watched it, but the Yankees, who I thought would keep me watching, blew out the Indians, and I happened to click over and was hooked. After that display of not playing by the rules, complaining about everything, telling falsehood after falsehood, I truly can't imagine how people still support him, except white supremacists, whom he wouldn't disavow. It was so bad that the Presidential Debate Committee have announced they're adding more restrictions to have a clear and respectful debate. A sad, tragic, and painful moment for our democracy, the way our president acted in front of the world. People from 200 countries were watching. What do you think they think of us now? Now, pick up some rocks in your fists and vote. This one's from Thursday. It's called Trying to Relax. It was a great day, cool and dry. I read a lot and watched some TV. A Netflix show called Away, a series about the first trip to Mars. I really recommend it. I was just trying to clear my mind after the disaster of the first presidential debate. I mostly did it. English muffin for breakfast, one piece with cream cheese and the other with peanut butter and jelly. A salad and chicken salad from last night for lunch. Fish and chips and coleslaw, burn fixed for dinner. Celebrating the Yankees and the Lakers wins last night. Lots of distractions, but it still haunts me. The debate and how out of control the president was. What a nightmare. But deep breaths and autumn weather and reading and Away helped a lot. Hope you're recovering too. I can't wait for the Harris-Pence to debate. That should give me joy and wonder. And this last one is from just a few days ago on Friday. It's called I Wouldn't Wish It on My Worst Enemy. I would never wish that the President and First Lady get COVID-19, but now they have. I pray they recover, I truly do, but I'm not surprised. The President has violated every guideline his own experts set for living through this pandemic. I only worry about how many more around him and at his no mask, no social distance rallies might get infected. This virus has no limit. Red or blue doesn't matter. It infects minorities and poor and much more. But even the leader of the free world is not immune. He's now at Walter Reed Hospital. I truly wish him well. But I also wish his infection convinces more Americans to obey the guidelines and protect themselves and others. We're not going to get through this until common sense prevails. Common sense is what we need. That shouldn't be hard, but it sure is. I'm Jim Bradley. I've been reading to you some posts from this week from Under the Castor Oil Tree, my blog. Some of them are very political, and if that bothers you, I'm sorry. But they are all my opinion and mine only. And I've enjoyed sharing them with you. And I hope to see you again. Though I can't really see you, I hope you see me again on a future blog spot. Thank you, and best wishes. Wear a mask, wash your hands, social distance. Love you. Bye.